I came by to grab my hoodie, but my friend's mom said, "Wait a moment, I want." Autumn had arrived in the city, and a slight breeze carried the scent of fallen leaves mixed with the faint hum of distant hovercars. He had come for something simple, a hoodie he had left at Kai's place the previous week. That was all, just a hoodie, nothing complicated. As he reached the front door, he noticed Kai's mother, Dr. Cellini, standing by the porch steps. She wasn't one to usually be outside at this hour, especially since she spent most of her time in her lab at home. Her gray hair was tied back in a neat bun, and she wore her usual lab coat, but the sleeves were rolled up, revealing bracelets with small blinking lights. Something about them made Alex pause. "Alex," she said, her voice calm but carrying an edge of curiosity, "just a moment. I want you to see something." Alex tilted his head. "See something?" he asked, confused. "I just came to get my hoodie." "You'll get it," she interrupted with a small smile. "But first this." She motioned for him to follow her inside. The house smelled faintly of warm bread and ozone, a strange mix. Alex noticed the familiar living room was different. A sleek, metallic object rested on the coffee table, glowing softly with a pale blue light. It hummed not loudly but enough that Alex felt a gentle vibration through his shoes. "What is that?" Alex asked, stepping closer, careful not to touch it yet. Dr. Cellini's eyes gleamed with excitement. "This arrived today. It's unusual from somewhere far away." Alex raised his eyebrows. "Far away, like across the country?" "No," she said, her tone almost reverent. "Far away, Alex, from space." For a moment, Alex just stared. He had read about space probes, alien signals, and mysterious artifacts in his science books, but seeing one in real life was different. The artifact looked like a small cube, perfectly smooth, with patterns that shifted as if it were alive. Its glow seemed to pulse like a heartbeat. "Can I touch it?" Alex asked, unable to resist curiosity. Dr. Cellini hesitated. "Yes, but be careful, it's delicate and it might respond differently to humans." Alex reached out and brushed his fingertips against the cube. Instantly, a wave of color and sound burst behind his eyelids. He stumbled back, blinking rapidly. He saw faint images, stars, strange alien cities, and symbols he didn't understand. It was like the cube had shown him a glimpse of something enormous, something beyond comprehension. "Whoa," Alex muttered. Dr. Cellini watched him carefully. "It's rare for humans to perceive it so clearly. You're sensitive, Alex. That's why I wanted you here." Alex felt a mix of fear and excitement. "Sensitive? To what?" "To this," she said, waving at the cube. "We don't know exactly why, but it seems humans can interact with it in ways other species cannot. And you, well, you might be the key to understanding it." Alex swallowed hard. He didn't feel special. He was just a teenager who liked video games and bikes. "The hoodie, can I grab it after this?" Dr. Cellini chuckled softly. "Yes, yes, but trust me, this is more important. It won't be here forever. You have a chance to see something no human has ever seen before." Alex nodded, curiosity winning over hesitation. He knelt next to the cube and studied it. The patterns on its surface were like moving lines of code, but they didn't make sense in any language he knew. Yet somehow, his brain felt like it was trying to understand them automatically. It was as if the cube spoke a language humans hadn't learned yet, but part of him already knew. Then, something changed. A faint holographic map appeared above the cube. It shimmered in the air, showing a cluster of stars far from the solar system, with blinking lights marking unknown planets. One star, larger than the others, pulsed in time with the cube. Alex's eyes widened. "Is this a map?" "Yes," Dr. Cellini said. "A map to something ancient. Something left by a civilization long gone. We don't know what it leads to, but it could change our understanding of life in the universe." Alex felt his heart pound. This was incredible. He had always dreamed of adventure, of being part of something bigger than school and homework, but he had never imagined it could be like this. "You want me to help?" he asked, a mix of nervousness and excitement in his voice. Dr. Cellini nodded. Yes. You have the intuition we need. Just by looking at it, the cube reacts. It listens to you in ways it doesn't listen to me. Alex hesitated. I don't even know what I'm doing. You don't need to know yet, she said reassuringly. Just touch it again. Let it guide you. Taking a deep breath, Alex placed his hand on the cube once more. The holographic map expanded, revealing faint symbols hovering over each star. He reached out, pointing at one, and suddenly the cube pulsed, sending a wave of light through the room. Alex felt a rush of information flow into his mind, images of alien technology, landscapes, and starships. He stumbled back, overwhelmed. Kai's mother stepped closer. Slow down, don't fight it, let it show you what it wants. Alex closed his eyes and focused. Slowly, the flood of visions became clearer. He realized the cube was showing him a network of ancient alien communication stations scattered across the galaxy. And it wasn't just a map, it was a test. It wanted a human mind to figure it out, to interact with it. Alex's pulse raced. He glanced at Dr. Cellini, who watched him with pride. You're doing it, she said softly. You're seeing what no other human has. This is extraordinary. He looked down at his hand on the cube and grinned nervously. I came here for a hoodie and now I'm touching alien stuff, Dr. Cellini laughed, the sound warm and bright. And that, Alex, is how humans make history, by doing the unexpected, by being bold, by showing curiosity. Alex felt a spark of pride. Maybe he wasn't just an ordinary teenager after all. Maybe humans really were something special. The cube's glow dimmed slightly as if acknowledging him. The holographic map hovered silently, waiting for the next move. Alex knew this was only the beginning. He glanced around the room. The hoodie was still in sight, folded neatly on the couch. But for the first time, he realized some things were bigger than hoodies. The universe was out there, vast and waiting, and somehow he had just been invited to step inside. And in that quiet moment, Alex made a decision. He wouldn't run from this. He wouldn't hide. He would see where this adventure led. Even if it was dangerous, even if it was overwhelming, even if no one else could understand it, he would face it. After all, he thought with a small, nervous laugh, humans had a way of rising to the occasion. Maybe that was exactly what this cube wanted to see. And with that thought, Alex took a deep breath, ready to dive deeper into the mysteries of the universe. After he grabbed the hoodie, of course. Alex couldn't stop thinking about the cube. Even after he left Kai's house, the glow of the holographic map seemed to linger in his mind. The hoodie was safely in his bag, but it felt unimportant now, like a trivial piece of normal life he might never return to. Back at his own room, he set the hoodie down and stared at the wall, which was covered in posters of stars, spaceships, and distant planets. He had always loved imagining the universe, but now, after touching the cube, it felt like the universe was looking back at him. A soft chime from his communicator snapped him out of his thoughts. It was a message from Dr. Cellini. Alex, I need your help again. Come by when you can. Something else arrived today, and I think you're the only human who can interact with it safely. Alex hesitated. His first instinct was to avoid more chaos and stick to homework or video games, but curiosity burned stronger than hesitation. He grabbed his jacket and headed back to Kai's house. The door opened before he could knock. Kai's mom smiled, her eyes shining with excitement. Good you came. Come inside. Inside, the living room was filled with even more unusual items than yesterday. Small devices hummed quietly, suspended in midair by some invisible force. The cube sat on the table, still glowing softly, and in front of it a new artifact, a smooth, oval object with a translucent surface, hovered silently. This is the newest arrival, Dr. Cellini said. We don't know what it is exactly, but it seems connected to the cube, and Alex, it seems to respond to you more than anyone else. Alex felt a shiver of excitement. Respond? How? Touch it, she said simply, and see what happens. Alex approached the floating oval and extended a cautious hand. The moment his fingers brushed its surface, a surge of images and sensations flooded his mind. He saw star systems spinning in complex patterns, alien cities with impossible architecture, and strange creatures communicating in ways he could not understand. But then, something new appeared, lines of energy connecting the cube and the oval. "They're linked," Alex said slowly, stepping back. "Like they're talking to each other." Dr. Cellini nodded. "Yes, and it seems the cube is guiding the oval to you. We don't know why, but humans have a unique ability to understand certain patterns the aliens left behind. You might be the key." Alex felt a mix of pride and fear. He wasn't sure he wanted to be anyone's key to anything, but the images in his mind were impossible to ignore. The oval seemed to pulse in rhythm with his heartbeat, as if waiting for him to act. "What do you want me to do?" he asked. "Just observe," Dr. Cellini said. "Let it show you what it wants. Humans have a way of seeing connections other species cannot. Don't force it, just let it guide you." Alex took a deep breath and focused. Slowly, he realized the oval was projecting a faint map, not of stars, but of something different, energy lines stretching across planets, stations, and satellites. It was a network, and at the center, a massive star pulsed with light. "It's like a map of power or communication," Alex whispered. "Something connects all these places." "Yes," Dr. Cellini said, "and it seems only humans can navigate it safely. The aliens left this, but they didn't complete it. They need someone unpredictable, intuitive, someone like you." Alex's pulse quickened. The idea that he might be special, able to interact with something no human before him could, was thrilling. But there was also a flicker of doubt. "Why me? I'm just me. I'm not smart like you." Dr. Cellini placed a hand on his shoulder. "You don't need to be like me. You need to be human, that's what matters. Logic and machines can only do so much. Curiosity, creativity, and instinct, that's what makes humans different. That's why you can do this." Alex nodded, trying to steady himself. He touched the oval again. The images sharpened, forming a clearer picture. The network was ancient, older than any human history he had ever studied. It seemed designed to test, to challenge, to guide, but only if the observer was clever enough to notice the patterns. Alex pointed at one of the glowing nodes. Instantly, a small holographic structure appeared above it, rotating slowly. It looked like a satellite station, long abandoned, floating silently in orbit around a distant planet. "Can you see it?" he asked. Dr. Cellini leaned forward, fascinated. "Yes, incredible. It's almost as if it's waiting for you to decide what to do next." Alex felt a thrill of power. For the first time, he realized humans could do more than just observe the universe. They could interact with it in ways no other species could. The cube and the oval weren't just machines. They were keys to something enormous, and somehow he was holding them in his hands. Then, a sudden jolt ran through the room. Lights flickered. The cube and oval glowed brightly, sending a ripple of energy across the floor. Alex stumbled back, his heart racing. "What's happening?" he shouted. Dr. Cellini's eyes widened. "It's reacting to you more than ever. I think it's trying to communicate directly." Alex swallowed hard. He could feel a presence, not alive like a person, but intelligent, aware, and ancient. The oval pulsed faster, and for a moment the room seemed to stretch. The walls melted into stars, and he felt as if he were floating through space. "Stay calm," Dr. Cellini said. "Let it guide you." Alex closed his eyes, focusing. Slowly, the flood of sensations became more manageable. He realized he could sense patterns, not just see them. The network had rules, rhythms, and paths. He could feel them in his mind. He reached out again, touching the oval. The energy lines glowed where his fingers hovered, highlighting a path through the network. Alex realized that no machine alone could figure this out. It needed someone human, someone who could think differently, who could take risks, make guesses, and trust instinct. "You're seeing it," Dr. Cellini exclaimed. Alex, this is extraordinary. No human has ever been able to interact with it like this. Alex felt a strange mix of pride and fear. I'm just touching it, he said. No, Dr. Cellini said firmly. You're showing what humans can do. That's more important than anything else. For a moment, Alex allowed himself to imagine the possibilities. If humans could interact with alien systems like this, what else could they achieve? Could they travel faster, communicate with civilizations across galaxies, or solve problems no other species could? The thought filled him with awe. A soft chime interrupted his thoughts. His communicator flashed again. Another message from Dr. Cellini. They're watching. Be careful, but also trust yourself. Humanity might be ready for this. Alex felt a shiver run down his spine. Watching? Who? Aliens? Machines? He wasn't sure, but the warning made his heart beat faster. He looked at the cube and the oval. They pulsed softly as if acknowledging him. Somehow he knew the next step would be critical. The network was ancient, yes, but it was also intelligent, waiting for humans to make the right move. And now the universe was paying attention. Alex took a deep breath. He might just be an ordinary teenager, but for the first time he felt the weight of possibility. Humans had always been underestimated, fragile, impulsive, unpredictable. But maybe that was exactly why they were special. Maybe that was exactly what the universe needed. He touched the oval one last time for the evening. A ripple of light swept across the room, fading slowly. The holographic map dimmed and the artifacts returned to their quiet, soft glow. Alex smiled faintly. I guess I'll be coming by a lot more than just for hoodies, he said. Dr. Cellini laughed. I suspected as much. And as Alex left Kai's house, hoodie and bag, he knew one thing for certain. This was only the beginning. Humans had a chance to rise, to show the universe what they were capable of. And somehow he had become part of that story. The stars outside seemed brighter than usual, and Alex felt a thrill of anticipation. Something huge was coming, and he wanted to be ready. The next morning, Alex woke to the soft hum of the city outside his window. Hovercars glided silently along the streets, and the faint glow of neon signs reflected off the clouds. Despite the ordinary city noises, Alex felt anything but ordinary. He thought about the cube and the oval at Kai's house, about the ancient network they had revealed, and about the strange energy that seemed to respond to him. His hoodie rested neatly on the chair next to his bed, but it no longer felt important. He knew he had a choice. He could ignore all of this and go back to school, to homework, to the ordinary life he had before the cube, or he could embrace it. Curiosity won. He grabbed his jacket and headed for Kai's house, feeling a mix of excitement and nervous anticipation. When he arrived, Dr. Cellini was waiting in the living room. Her expression was serious now, less playful than the day before. The cube and oval hovered in the center of the room, glowing faintly. Good morning, Alex, she said. I'm glad you came. I have something important to show you. Alex frowned. I thought we were just exploring the artifacts. We are, she said, but there's more. When the cube and oval first reacted to you, I noticed something I didn't expect. Alex tilted his head. What is it, Doctor? Cellini stepped closer and gestured at the cube. The artifact is broadcasting, not to us, to someone or something far away. We don't know exactly what, but I think the network is aware of your presence. Alex's stomach tightened. Aware of me? Yes, she said. It seems to be observing how a human interacts with it, and not just observing, it's testing, seeing if humans can solve the puzzle, if we can navigate the network safely. That's why it reacts to you more than anyone else. Alex swallowed. So, the network knows me. Like actually knows me, Dr. Cellini nodded. Not personally, but it recognizes human thought patterns, and from what I can tell, humans are special, unpredictable, creative. That's why it responds to us. Alex glanced at the glowing artifacts. He felt a mix of pride and fear. So aliens built this, but they need humans to do something. Yes, she said softly. They might have abandoned the network, or perhaps it was left unfinished, but humans might be capable of completing it. That's why it's reaching out to you. Alex's mind raced. He had always imagined humans were clever, but this was something else. Humans, he realized, had qualities no alien machine could fully predict. Creativity, intuition, adaptability, these were human strengths, and somehow they were exactly what the network required. Doctor. Cellini reached for the oval. I want you to try again. Touch it. Let it guide you. See if you can make sense of the next part of the network. Alex took a deep breath and extended his hand. The moment his fingers brushed the oval, the room shimmered with light. Holographic paths appeared, connecting distant planets and stations in a web of glowing energy lines. The cube pulsed in sync with the oval, as if cheering him on. Alex felt the patterns in his mind. Unlike machines, he could sense variations, detect hidden rhythms, and notice connections that didn't follow strict rules. His instincts guided him toward a particular path through the network, a series of stations orbiting uninhabited planets. He touched one of the nodes on the holographic map, and instantly a detailed image of the station appeared. It was massive, made of a strange alloy and covered in markings he couldn't read. Yet somehow he could sense its function, a communication hub. Can you see it, Doctor? Cellini asked, leaning forward. Alex nodded. Yes, it's like a control station. I think it can relay signals across the galaxy, and I think it's abandoned. Yes, she said. Exactly, and we can access it. But we need someone human to interpret the signals, to understand the layout. No machine can do it alone. Alex felt a thrill. Humans, he realized, weren't just observers in the universe. They were active participants. And now he was part of something enormous. He reached out and selected another node. A small holographic satellite rotated above it. Alex focused on the energy patterns, tracing the paths and noting inconsistencies. He realized the network was designed to challenge observers, to test their problem-solving and intuition. And for the first time, Alex understood. Humans were not just capable of meeting that challenge, they excelled at it. This is incredible, Dr. Cellini whispered. You're seeing connections that no algorithm could detect. Humans are extraordinary. Alex felt a mix of pride and humility. I'm just touching it, that's all. No, Dr. Cellini said firmly. You're doing something remarkable. You're showing the universe what humans can do. Suddenly, the holographic map flickered. A new path appeared, one that wasn't on any charts before. It led to a bright, pulsating star surrounded by a cluster of planets. The cube and oval pulsed faster, almost urgently. Alex's eyes widened. This wasn't there before. The network wants me to go here. Yes, Doctor. Cellini said, and I believe it's testing your judgment. Choosing the right path is important. You're not just following instructions, you're making decisions. That's what the network needs. Alex took a deep breath. He felt the weight of responsibility, but also the thrill of discovery. Humans had always been underestimated, he realized. The galaxy might be filled with advanced civilizations, but none of them had the same combination of creativity, intuition, and adaptability. Humans were different, and this network, this puzzle, was proof. He pointed to one of the planets on the map. A holographic projection of its surface appeared. Mountains, craters, and strange glowing structures scattered across the terrain. Alex studied the layout, tracing the paths with his fingers. He sensed a pattern, a rhythm in the placement of the structures, and suddenly he understood how to navigate the planet safely. Dr. Cellini watched him closely. You're doing it. You're reading the signals, understanding the patterns. No machine could do this. Only a human could. Alex smiled faintly. I guess humans aren't just ordinary after all. Not ordinary at all, she said, and that's exactly what the network is counting on. A soft chime interrupted their focus. The cube pulsed one last time, sending a wave of light across the room. Alex felt a presence, not hostile but aware, intelligent and patient. The network was watching him, waiting for him to prove that humans could rise to the challenge. For a moment, Alex allowed himself to imagine the possibilities. If humans could interact with the network, if they could navigate and unlock its secrets, they could achieve things no other species had. Faster travel, advanced communication, knowledge of distant civilizations, the future was wide open. Alex, Dr. Cellini said softly, breaking his reverie, I think the network is preparing the next stage, but we need to be careful. Whatever is out there is powerful and it will notice us. We must proceed wisely. Alex nodded. He felt a surge of determination. Humans had always faced impossible challenges and found a way to overcome them. And now, faced with something truly alien, he realized that humanity's greatest strength wasn't technology or strength. It was the ability to think differently, to adapt, to rise to the occasion. He glanced at the cube and oval. The artifacts pulsed softly as if acknowledging him. Somehow, he knew that the next step would be even bigger. The network was ancient, yes, but it was also alive in its own way, waiting for humans to prove themselves. Alex straightened his shoulders. Then let's do it, he said. Let's see what humans can really do. Dr. Cellini smiled. Exactly, that's the spirit. And remember, you're not alone. Humans have something no other species has: courage, creativity, and the will to rise. That's why we can do this. For the rest of the day, Alex and Dr. Cellini studied the network, tracing paths, interpreting signals, and unlocking patterns. Each discovery reinforced the truth he was beginning to understand. Humans were extraordinary. They could do what no machine or alien intelligence could. And as the sun set, casting golden light across the city, Alex felt a thrill of anticipation. The universe was vast, mysterious, and sometimes dangerous, but it was waiting. And humanity was ready. He reached for the cube and oval one last time, feeling the warmth of possibility and the weight of responsibility. Somehow, he knew this was only the beginning. The stars outside the window twinkled as if in agreement, and Alex felt a deep sense of purpose. Humans had a place in the galaxy, and now he was helping to claim it. The next morning, Alex woke with a strange mix of excitement and unease. Yesterday had shown him something incredible: how humans could interact with the alien network in ways no machine could. But there was a lingering worry in the back of his mind. Something was watching. The cube and the oval pulsed with quiet energy, but he could sense that the network had noticed more than just his curiosity. After a quick breakfast, he grabbed his jacket and hoodie and headed to Kai's house again. The streets were busy with hover cars, delivery drones, and people heading to work or school. But Alex's mind was focused entirely on what awaited him: the artifacts, the network, and the unknown observers. Dr. Cellini greeted him at the door, her expression serious. Good morning, Alex. I've been analyzing the network overnight, and it seems we're not alone. Alex frowned. Not alone? What do you mean? I mean, she said, gesturing toward the cube and oval, the network has attention from external forces. There are alien systems monitoring it. They know humans are interacting with it. Alex's stomach tightened. Monitoring? Like spying on us? Yes, she said, but we don't know their intentions. They could be curious, cautious, or even hostile. That's why today's session is critical. We need to advance the network carefully while being aware that someone or something is watching. Alex nodded, feeling a surge of determination. Humans were unpredictable, yes, but they were clever too. He had learned to trust his instincts with the artifacts. Perhaps that unpredictability was exactly what the aliens hadn't counted on. They entered the living room, where the cube and oval hovered silently, glowing faintly. Alex felt the familiar hum of energy as he approached, a comforting yet thrilling sensation. He reached out and touched the oval. Immediately, the holographic network expanded before him, showing a new set of nodes connected by luminous lines. One node, larger and brighter than the others, pulsed rhythmically at the center. The network wants you to interact with that node first, Dr. Cellini said. It's a major station. If we make a mistake, it could alert the observers. Alex swallowed. The pulse of the node seemed to sync with his heartbeat. He studied the holographic image, a massive orbital station surrounding a small, icy planet. Its design was intricate with multiple levels and docking bays. The energy lines leading to it were tangled, almost chaotic. I think I can navigate it, Alex said. I just need to follow the patterns. Dr. Cellini nodded. Good. Humans have the ability to detect subtle variations. That's why you're the only one who can do this. Alex focused on the holographic paths. Unlike machines, his mind could spot irregularities, connections that didn't follow strict rules and hidden rhythms. He traced a safe path through the tangled energy lines, selecting nodes one by one. The cube pulsed with approval and the oval emitted a soft glow, almost like encouragement. Suddenly, the room flickered. The holographic network shivered and a faint shadow passed through it. Alex froze. Did you see that? He asked, heart pounding. Dr. Cellini's expression grew tense. Yes, the observers are testing you. They can't fully interact with the network themselves, but they can watch, and they might try to trick or confuse us. Alex's pulse quickened. Trick us how? They could introduce false paths, dead ends, or even traps, she explained. That's why you must trust your instincts, Alex. Humans have the ability to adapt. That's what the network is counting on. Alex nodded, taking a deep breath. He turned his attention back to the central node. The orbital station hovered silently in the hologram, and he could sense its purpose. A communication hub capable of transmitting signals across multiple star systems. But there were also anomalies, glitches in the energy lines that could be traps left by the observers. Carefully, he traced a path through the anomalies, following patterns that only a human could intuitively understand. Each step caused the cube and oval to pulse faster, signaling progress. And then a new image appeared above the node, an alien ship, sleek and dark, observing the station from a distance. They're here, Dr. Cellini said quietly. They've noticed our activity. Alex's stomach tightened, but he refused to panic. Humans had always faced threats far greater than themselves and had survived. He focused on the holographic paths, guiding the energy lines safely around the observer ship. As he worked, a series of lights flashed along the network, signaling active systems on the orbital station. Alex realized that the station itself was testing him, challenging his decisions. But humans were adaptable. Where machines might fail, his intuition allowed him to navigate the path safely. Hours passed in a blur of concentration. Alex's fingers moved quickly, tracing patterns, selecting nodes and deciphering energy flows. The network responded to his actions, revealing hidden connections and activating dormant systems. The alien observers watched silently, unable to predict the human mind. Finally, the central node pulsed brightly, and a wave of energy swept across the holographic network. The orbital station systems came online, sending signals across the galaxy. Alex stepped back, breathless. I did it, he whispered. Dr. Cellini smiled, her eyes shining. No, Alex, we did it. Humans did it. You've proven what I suspected all along. Humans are extraordinary. Machines and aliens might have power and knowledge, but humans have intuition, creativity, and adaptability. That's why we can succeed where others might fail. Alex felt a surge of pride. He had started this journey as a teenager curious about a hoodie, but now he was part of something far greater. Humans were not just observers in the universe. They were active participants, capable of achieving what no other species could. But just as relief washed over him, the holographic network flickered again. This time, multiple new nodes appeared, each pulsing urgently. Alex's heart sank. They're reacting, Dr. Cellini said. The observers are sending signals now. They know we're progressing too quickly. And they might try to interfere directly. Alex felt a rush of adrenaline. This was no longer just about exploring or understanding. The network was alive in a way he had never imagined, and it was testing humanity's limits. But humans were never meant to give up. They were resourceful, inventive, and unpredictable. And now the galaxy was beginning to see it. He reached out to the network again, tracing paths, activating nodes, and decoding energy flows. Each action required careful thought, intuition, and creativity. He realized that the observers could predict patterns, but humans could break them in subtle ways, finding solutions no machine or alien could anticipate. Hours passed, and the room filled with the soft hum of activated systems. The cube and oval pulsed in harmony, as if recognizing human achievement. And then, a final signal appeared, a message encoded in energy patterns, too complex for any machine to decode but understandable to a human mind. Alex traced the patterns with his fingers, feeling the flow of information. Slowly, the message became clear, coordinates to a distant star system, long hidden, with structures built by an ancient civilization. It was a reward, a new stage of the network, and a challenge that only humans could face. Dr. Cellini watched in awe. Alex, you've done something remarkable. The network has accepted humans, and it wants us to continue. Alex smiled faintly, though his mind raced. The network was growing, expanding, and now it was watching him more closely than ever. But humans had a way of rising to challenges, and he was determined to prove that their intuition, creativity, and courage could overcome any obstacle. As the sun set outside, casting long shadows across the city, Alex felt a thrill of anticipation. The universe was vast, mysterious, and sometimes dangerous, but humans were ready, and he was ready to lead the way. For the first time, he realized that the hoodie he had come for was insignificant. What mattered was curiosity, courage, and the human spirit. And somehow, the galaxy was taking notice. Alex woke before sunrise, a mixture of excitement and determination coursing through him. The network had guided him to a distant star system yesterday, and now he knew the next step was critical. The cube and the oval pulsed softly in the living room, as if aware of his presence. He slipped into his hoodie, its familiar comfort grounding him. Somehow, despite the vastness of space and the enormity of what he was about to do, the simple hoodie reminded him of home. And humans, he realized, always carried a piece of home, no matter how far they went. Doctor. Cellini was already at the artifacts, her fingers hovering over the oval. "Good morning, Alex," she said, eyes bright. "The network is ready for the next stage. Are you ready?" Alex nodded. "I think so. I just hope humans can really do this." "They can," she said firmly. "We've proven it already. Trust your instincts. Humans are clever in ways no machine or alien can predict. That's why we succeed." Alex took a deep breath and touched the oval. Immediately, the holographic network expanded into the room, showing the distant star system he had unlocked yesterday. This time, the nodes were more complex, connected by intricate energy lines that twisted and looped in patterns almost impossible to follow. "The network is testing you," Dr. Cellini said. "It wants to see if humans can handle complexity, but I know you can." Alex felt the pulse of the network through his fingertips. Unlike machines, he could sense subtle irregularities, hidden patterns, and potential dangers. His intuition guided him, allowing him to navigate paths that no algorithm could solve. Every step required creativity, imagination, and quick thinking. As he traced a path through the nodes, one of the outer planets in the system lit up. A holographic projection appeared above it, a massive alien structure, ancient and mysterious. Alex studied the image carefully. The station had multiple levels, energy conduits, and strange symbols etched across its surface. But he could sense its purpose. It was a central hub designed to coordinate the entire network, and somehow it needed human understanding to function fully. Dr. Cellini leaned forward. "This is it, Alex, the central node." If you succeed here, humans will unlock the network completely, but be careful, observers are close. They will notice every move. Alex swallowed. The pulse of the node seemed to sync with his heartbeat. He placed both hands on the oval and focused. The energy lines shifted, revealing hidden paths. A wave of information entered his mind, signals, patterns, and sequences too complex for any machine to understand alone. But he felt a strange clarity. Humans had a unique ability to see patterns, to make connections, and to adapt. This was what the network required. Hours passed. Alex moved through the holographic station, activating systems, redirecting energy flows, and decoding ancient signals. Each step demanded intuition and creativity. Sometimes the network presented false paths, likely placed by the observers, but Alex noticed subtle irregularities, tiny shifts in energy, faint glimmers of light, that guided him to the correct solution. Dr. Cellini watched in awe. Alex, you're doing it. No machine, no alien algorithm could solve this. Humans are extraordinary. Alex felt a surge of pride. He had come to Kai's house to get a hoodie, and now he was guiding the activation of an alien network. The thought was almost unbelievable, yet it felt right. Humans were not just ordinary, they were inventive, intuitive, and bold. Suddenly, the holographic station flickered. The observers had noticed. Small nodes representing alien ships appeared, surrounding the central hub. Alex's heart raced. The network was being watched and the aliens were close enough to interfere. "They can't stop us," Alex said, more to himself than anyone else. He focused on the energy flows, guiding them along unpredictable paths. Humans were unpredictable, and that was their advantage. Where machines and aliens might fail, humans could improvise. The cube pulsed rapidly, and the oval glowed brighter. Alex realized that the network was responding to his human intuition, amplifying his decisions. Every choice he made was unlocking new systems, activating dormant structures, and sending signals across the galaxy. Dr. Cellini's voice was calm but full of pride. "You're showing them what humans can do, Alex. They underestimated us. They didn't count on creativity, curiosity, or adaptability." Alex smiled faintly. "Maybe humans are better than anyone thought." As he reached the central control node, a final challenge appeared. A sequence of energy flows that twisted and split in complex patterns, almost impossible to follow. His mind raced. Machines might fail. Aliens might fail. But humans could see patterns where others saw chaos. He trusted his instincts, following subtle rhythms, connecting nodes in ways that felt natural, even if they defied logic. The room filled with light. The cube and oval pulsed in perfect harmony, radiating energy across the holographic network. The alien observers appeared frozen in the projections, unable to predict the human choices. Alex had done what they could not. Dr. Cellini whispered, awestruck, "It's complete, Alex. You've unlocked it." Alex stepped back, breathing heavily. The holographic network expanded outward, projecting signals across the galaxy. The stations lit up, energy flowing through them like veins in a living organism. The alien network, long abandoned and incomplete, had finally been activated by a human mind. A message appeared above the central node, encoded in complex energy patterns. Alex traced it with his fingers, feeling the information flow into him. It revealed coordinates, advanced technologies, and hidden knowledge, rewards for completing the network. The galaxy itself seemed to acknowledge the achievement. Dr. Cellini placed a hand on Alex's shoulder. "You've done something incredible. Humanity has proven its worth. The universe has noticed." Alex looked at the artifacts, still glowing softly. Somehow they seemed calmer now, as if satisfied. He had started this journey to retrieve a simple hoodie, but he had ended up demonstrating the full potential of human creativity, intuition, and courage. He smiled, thinking of Kai and the ordinary life he had left behind. Humans were capable of incredible things. They could rise to challenges, adapt to the unknown, and achieve the impossible. And now, the galaxy would never underestimate them again. Outside, the first rays of sunlight filtered through the window, casting golden light across the city. Alex felt a deep sense of connection, not just to the artifacts, not just to Dr. Selene, but to all humans. The network had tested him and he had succeeded. Humans had shown. He reached into his bag and pulled out his hoodie, holding it up with a small laugh. Somehow, after all this, it felt fitting. The hoodie had brought him here, and now it was a symbol, not of ordinary life, but of the beginning of something extraordinary. Dr. Selene watched him, smiling warmly. You've shown the universe what humans are capable of. And that's only the beginning. Alex felt a thrill of excitement. The network was complete, but there were countless mysteries still out there. Humans had a chance to explore, to discover, to rise, and he would be part of it. For the first time, Alex truly understood. Humans weren't just another species in the galaxy. They were bold, curious, adaptable, and ingenious. They had a spark that could overcome any challenge, reach any horizon, and shine in the darkest corners of the universe. The cube and oval pulsed one last time as if acknowledging him. Alex touched them gently. "Thank you," he whispered, "for letting me see, for letting humans shine." Dr. Selene nodded. "And this is only the beginning. Humanity has a place in the galaxy now. The future is ours to explore." Alex smiled and put on his hoodie. He felt ready, not just for school, homework, or the ordinary world, but for the stars, for discovery, and for the adventures that awaited. The network had been unlocked. The universe had seen what humans could do. And Alex, the teenager who had come by for a hoodie, had helped humanity take its first step toward a brighter, bolder future. The stars outside twinkled, vast and infinite. And somewhere among them, humanity's light was beginning to shine.